Tony, that's his name. He spent 13 years in prison for a bombing of a gas station, but he was innocent, declared by a judge. He did get released, but because Tony was not a citizen, he could be deported back to his home country of Iraq. He was here when he was 6 years old. But going back to Iraq for a Chaldean could be a death sentence. Take a look.
In the interest of justice, your convictions and sentences are hereby vacated.
When she said you're exonerated, you're vacated, I still get chills talking about it. You know, I got chills now talking about it.
That was November 2020 when a judge ruled that 52-year-old Waleed Tony Ishu was wrongfully convicted of the 1989 bombing of the Total gas station on 7 Mile and Woodward.
But I never used to ever think that I'd ever choke up like that, you know, because I was just, you know, you play tough, stay tough, and move tough.
But let's go back. Tony, a Chaldean, born in Iraq. He came to this country when he was just 6 years old. He had a green card and was on his way to U.S. citizenship like his family. But at age 20, he was arrested.
I think there's no way they're going to find me guilty. I wasn't there. I didn't do anything.
But the jury was out only 40 minutes, and Tony was convicted. And from 1989 to 2002, 13 years, Tony was in prison. And the moment Tony was out of prison, immigration wanted to deport him.
And I've been out here about 18 years since I've been out of prison. And I followed everything that immigration wanted of me. Everything.
But if Tony is deported to Iraq, he likely would die.
There's persecution for the Chaldeans in Iraq at this point in time, and he's marked. He has Christian tattoos. It's not something that he can hide.
Marvy met Tony at a prayer meeting just 2 years ago. If he did not commit this, he didn't commit this crime.
Right.
Would he have been a citizen today?
Yes.
Marvy was then on a mission to get Tony exonerated, which happened, but not citizenship.
Citizenship was halted because the U.S. government, as a result of his wrongful conviction, took away his green card, thereby taking away his right to become a citizen.
If the judge says, you, Tony Ishu, are exonerated, there should be a button when she pushes that goes to every entity of the government.
Because we can't keep failing people. He doesn't want to go and die. He wants to have a family. That's the American dream.
Charlie Langton, Fox 2 News. So there are two problems here. First of all, there is an order out there right now from immigration basically saying that he should be deported. Now, he's fighting that, and it is on appeal. And there's actually an agreement between the immigration and Tony's lawyer to have him stay in this country because he's innocent. But it's getting tied up in Washington. First problem. Second problem, he was on a green card when he was wrongfully convicted in 1989. Usually 5 years, and after 5 years on a green card, pretty much you become a citizen. Well, had he not been wrongfully convicted, Tony would likely be a citizen today. But immigration says you've got to start all over, which would mean another 5-year wait. Tony can't cut a break here. That's what's going on right now.
Charlie, so the 5 years you're talking about here, I mean, is there a path to citizenship for him right now? Is it feasible? Is there any way? After all, he was on his way anyways. He was on his way anyway, wrongfully convicted. The path to citizenship really should be going back to 1989 and start the 5 years from 89. Clearly, he would have met that requirement. And then he'd only have to take a test and he could be a citizen. He's working now with members of, actually, he's going to try to reach out to Congress and other members to see if there's any way that he can speed up the citizenship. Remember, Tony is innocent. And if for some reason he's always looking behind himself because theoretically and technically there's an order out there to deport him, but because he's a Chaldean marked with tattoos saying he's a Christian and they are persecuted in Iraq. The criminal people already. Tony is not a criminal. It's a good case and it needs follow-up.
Yeah, certainly it's going to get a lot of attention, especially after this report. Charlie Langton for us live. Thank you.
Thanks, Rube.